Have no fear, chat. I exist. I am here. I have lightning bug balls. One sec, let me fix that. Good evening, everyone. We begin again. Another evening of delightful chatter and endless trolling in chat. Remy, I hope to be starting next week. I hope. As soon as I have details of exactly when that's going to happen, they will be in Discord. I can't get my hand out of my I raccoon trapped my own hand. Good job. For those of you that don't get the reference, a raccoon trap consists primarily of a wooden log, right? So you have a log. This is the side of the log. And what you do, if you bore a hole into the log this way, and as the hole goes down, it gets wider. So it makes like a little pocket. And you put a little fleck of tin foil or something in there, right? And then you drive nails into it this way. And what happens is a raccoon will put their paw in the hole, grab the tin foil, and when they make a little fist, they can't pull their hand out past the nails. That's raccoon trapping. This is hideous, by the way. Don't do this. This is an old school trick used by guys that would train raccoon dogs. Coon dogs. They would you would usually catch your first raccoon that way. That way you had something to train the dogs on with a scent. Ethan W. That is really random, but you are correct. Reindeer and caribou are functionally the same animal, and the females do have antlers, and in fact do not lose their antlers. Only the males lose their antlers, and they lose them right around November, which is funny because all of Santa's reindeer are female. No, it's cool. It's an interesting point, and I actually did a video on that very topic. That we have been misgendering Rudolph, because in the song we say they wouldn't let poor Rudolph join the reindeer games. All the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. Him, specifically him, is used in the song, and Rudolph is in fact a female. Has to be, biologically, just by the way things work. Cool. You know, I've seen a lot about Gorilla Tag in my shorts here and there. It looks interesting, although I can't play it because it's VR. I don't own VR hardware, and honestly, I'm kind of afraid to get it. Right? Like, I'm not entirely sure how my stomach is going to tolerate that. I'm old, so like it might be okay because I've been gaming forever. Then again, it might not. I don't know. I know the wife isn't going to be able to tolerate it at all. And I really only like gaming with the wife. And which doubles my hardware cost right there, right? Not that that's really an issue, but it's kind of an issue. Right? Like, speaking of the wife. So if I'm gonna buy like an Oculus headset or something, I have to buy two so that we can game together. And I don't really think that she would be able to game, and neither does she. So it's something I'm more than happy to just give a miss to. Let me turn the stream music down. That's really loud tonight. Yeah, I don't know how people do that, Andev. Like, you still have your sense of coordination, right? Like, you could still feel gravity on your body. I don't understand how people almost fall over. Like, unless they're falling over shit, but you're specifically supposed to like clear your play area before you start playing with VR. Like, I'm pretty sure the instructions tell you to do that. I mean, I don't know. I haven't actually looked into VR, since like the first or second generation of them, when you still had to put the things in the corner of the room to denote where your play area is. I know they don't use that anymore. The tracking has gotten a lot better. But again, not something I'm super interested in looking into because I don't really think I can use it. Dumpy's in my chat. Dumpy's in my chat. I'm so glad that Dumpies are back. I'm gonna advertise that for everybody. Dumpy! Oh, that's so cool. The plugin I've got for OBS now gives you all the extended information on the emotes, and it tells you the River Makes made it. That's very cool. That's good. Am I a thug? No, I'm not a thug. I'm about as white collar as you fucking get anymore. Oh. Am I a thug? What do you think this is? So who do I have tonight? I have Andev, Ethan, and Tundra. And I saw that Fernando's not going to be here. And neither is Little Goldfish. Which is funny, because I'm still pretty sure they're the same person. I would do what we gotta do, man. Like I said, I hope by next week I'll be able to start my stream sooner. And by sooner, I mean like 7 p.m. my time. Where it's currently almost 10 right now. So, Oily, what's going on? Oh wait, that's what you said. I'm a little late tonight. I actually just got started. We haven't even really covered anything new or interesting yet. Other than the fact that I really hope to have my stream situation sorted out by next week. The problem is the time, right? Having the free time available to finish all the minor details about how that's going to work. I don't know what Kingdom of Heaven is. Is it a game? I don't watch movies, bud. That looks weird. Neat. Oh god, it's got Liam Neeson in it. That's the guy. I have a very specific set of skills. Yeah. No. No, you don't. You're an actor. Shut up. Did I smack it? What? It's gonna be 7 o'clock my time, so that's 6 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Time. Okay, assuming nothing changed, that should just work. Indeed. I know it worked because it didn't throw an error. Tundra, the scrap comes from just people that have it. Like people, stuff goes bad all the time, right? Like washers, dryers. People upgrade their beds, and bed frames are metal. All right, take it easy, Ethan. Just the natural order of things either breaking or things being upgraded from remodels, that kind of stuff. There's always somebody throwing away something, and they call us, and we can get it, provided it's not too far away. Like we have a radius that we'll cover, and anything that's outside of that radius, we will go get, but there'll be a charge for that. I'm pretty sure I went over the whole system of how we do this before. With we do free pickup, so it doesn't cost you anything to get rid of your scrap metal, but we don't pay you for it either, where some guys do. Yes. Yeah. In fact, 90% of the business that we do is actually handled via text message, not even a call. Like, sometimes people call, but most of the time it's just a text. Um, Depends on how much is there. Right, there's like an accuracy fall off that's measured based on how far we have to go. So like we'll go a little bit further than normal if you have a whole bunch of shit. But if you've got like one washer and that's it, like we'll go as far as about 15 miles out from his house. Yeah, you're not going to get that. Good try though. Rebecca walking away without. Okay. I should get rid of all the bullshit I'm not using. Beautiful. Yeah, Tundra. Sweet. Today, um, aw, what did I do today? First of all, I can hear my own voice on my wife's computer, so we'll mute that. There we go. We picked up a bit of shit. No, it's alright. If he's under the weather, man, let him rest. It's fine. There we go. Fix that up. Okay. But oh right. We finished loading the trailer yesterday, so we had about 7,000 pounds of scrap metal to unload first thing today. So I had to go handle some personal shit first thing in the morning. Got that knocked out. Then I came back and yeah, it's literally right next to me. Her computer. It's right next to me. Like my arm is on her chair. So we unloaded. We run the trailer down to the scrapyard. We unloaded that. That was a fucking disaster, and then some. It wasn't really bad. It's just it was really hot. It was like 90 degrees today, and it was fucking 100% chance of ball sack soup. It was fucking hot and miserable, and the scrapyard's dusty. So when the wind blows and you're already sweating, all the dust just fucking sticks to you. It's gross. And remember, it's not dust like ground up rocks dust. It's fucking metal. You know, I'm pretty sure it was hot all the way across the country today. Like it just sucked everywhere. It was just fucking ball sack soup everywhere unless it was raining. 100% chance of swamp ass. So, Thunder, don't ask dumb questions. The Urban Dictionary is a thing. Go use it. Okay, this is... And Google, Urban Dictionary. It's your friend. Oh, Christ. I don't know. I don't know that I really have a favorite food. There's a couple of things that stand out. Lasagna, chicken divan, um, pizza for sure. Funnily enough, most of the things that I really like to eat a lot are either a casserole or a pie. Like cheese pie. Yeah, no, it's not. I don't even like peanut butter. This shit is gross. It's like sticking fucking paste to the roof of your mouth. But fucking chicken divan is awesome, right? So all chicken divan is easily one of my favorites. Is you're gonna use already browned uh, chicken breast sliced. You know, just cut up into hunks, basically. You're gonna need some stovetop stuffing, some Swiss cheese, and some broccoli. And so you're gonna brown up your meat and prepare your stuffing. You know, because stovetop has its own little preparation thing with the pot and the water and the stuff. And you're gonna start in a casserole dish. You're gonna put your stuffing down, some broccoli, your chicken, and then you're gonna cover it in Swiss cheese slices. But you're also going to take some Swiss cheese in a pot, add a little bit of butter so that you have a base to work with, and just melt the Swiss cheese into the pan until you get a nice, thick, like creamy sort of just cheese sauce, but it's all Swiss. I mean, you could put other stuff in it if you want to, right? Like if you want like a little Parmesan or a little mozzarella, you can do that. You know, but you really only need the Swiss. And then you're going to pour that all over the casserole. Bake at 350 for about 25-ish minutes or so, 20 minutes. Remember, everything's already cooked, so you don't have to fucking bake it forever. You're really just making everything combine and getting that cheesy goodness in everything. Take it out and fucking serve. It's delicious. It's fucking amazing. Cooked an egg on what? Like a frying pan or sidewalk? It's funny because I actually made egg salad for dinner. The only problem with chicken divan is it takes fucking hours to prepare, right? With the cheese sauce and the fucking stuff. And that stuffing takes forever, but it's a pain. But oh, gross! I fucking hate, dude. I swear to God, if it rains here in the summertime, the air gets so fucking thick you can cut it with a knife. I'm done for the day. I'm done. That's it. If we get like a stupid little, it happens all the time, right? We get like a stupid little shower about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe a little bit of thunder from the humidity. You know, things get all fucking crazy. And then by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it is 1,000,000% humidity outside and it's just gross. I'm done. I don't go back outside. Everything out the door can go fuck itself. I wasn't even flexing there. I was literally just sitting with my arms behind my head. This is not flexing. I'm hanging. Like, my arms are just hanging off my head. This is not a flex. If I want to flex, I can. Huh. That's funny. So, alright, what am I doing here? Oh, right, I need to start with. That all runs. Back to my home directory. Is it? It's K. Yeah, KWN. Right. Okay. Here's where I am. All right. So I need to set up DVI connectivity. Let's get pgadmin open. Boop. No. Good old pile. What? Shit. I don't remember my password for this. Oh. Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow again, so I'm probably gonna kill this at midnight. Shit. Is that right? Probably not. It's been forever since I've used this fucking database. Alright, take it easy, bud. I'm about to make this thing really angry. Tell me I have to reinstall my database. Yep. I forgot my password on my database server. Which is dumb, because I only use like a couple of passwords for dev. Like I have a set few passwords I use for development environments. And only for dev environments. And yeah. None of those are working. So what the fuck did I do here? um... Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cancel that. We're going to close this. We're going to go back to here. CD data. Wait, no, not CD. We're going to say dot slash. Oh, I gotta shut off Apache first. Because Apache holds a connection to the database all the time via the Apache DBI module. So we'll say dot slash bin pgctl stop. Alright. Now we'll say oh, I gotta... God damn it. I gotta first remove the data directory. First thing we'll do is back that up. And then zip it so that it uses less space. Okay, now we'll remove recursive force data directory. Okay, now we'll go into the posters directory. Bin, and we're going to say dot slash init db. That actually should be all I have to say, right? Yeah. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. That's okay though. It's fine. pgctl-l data log file start. Okay, so now if I go back to this, this is actually going to get really mad and not allow connections at all, right? Because I rebuilt the data directory. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix the pghpa.conf. going on, Carson Plays? How are you? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna stop. We're gonna RMTech RF data, and then we're gonna tar dash ZXVF data and just rebuild that entire structure, and then restart the database. Bin pgctl -l data log file start. Yeah, kind of champion. I read a multitude of different languages. Usually I'm working on my video game, but I've got a little bit of a side project I got distracted with last night, so I'm kind of digging into that a little bit. That should start the database, and then I just hit OK here, right? Are you gonna not connect like a fucking tool? Yeah, you're gonna not connect like a tool. Okay, let's see. In the data directory, I can look at posture.sql.conf. Let's check the configuration file. List and address is correct. Port 5432, 100 max connections. That should be all I need for this. And then vi pghba.conf. Okay, this is the file that basically says who and what is allowed to access this. And 192.168.50 on 24 is a trust connection, so long as the connecting address is 192.168.5 something, it should be fine without a password, which is what I was fucking doing. So this is mad probably because it's pointing at the wrong fucking server. Where the hell is edit? Seriously? Properties. Connection. Yep, that's the problem. Ray. Save. Connect. Done. Connected. It was an IP address. That's what was wrong. Okay. Tundra doesn't know either. What up, Dry Ice Man? Tundra, I'm not even going to begin to tell you how incredibly insulting that statement is. Considering I have worked on web UIs for fucking satellite installations. And I think you just finally stopped sending your laundry to your mom last week. So, I am playing music. Can you guys not hear the music? Oh, the music's fine. Hang on, I'm gonna check my wife's computer. Hold on, this is fucking... You guys got me second guessing myself. Am I getting one guide? Is that what's happening here? Oh, I can turn it up a little bit. How's that? Hello, i7 in Twitch chat. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. I was focused on a thing. Not really, Tundra. The music is courtesy of Pirate Software's Heartbound official soundtrack. Anybody that buys the soundtrack is allowed to use it in their content, so long as you do not upload the music by itself. So, because I really like Thor and Pirate Software, I went and bought a soundtrack and the rest of the game. Yeah, her computer's kind of in a corner. I'm more in the center of the room. Kind of, like on one wall. Alright, well that fixes the database. That's good. Wow, that's really bright. This thing doesn't have a dark mode either that I'm aware of. Steam? Yeah, of course I know what Steam is. That's literally where I bought Heartbound. Steam. Because dry ice is so cold it will literally burn you. I'm not playing waves. Every time I start waves, I get a fucking copyright strike. So a little bit of Sam's okay. I don't mind. Just a little bit though. If it gets out of control, I'll just turn on slow mode. Alright, what we're going to do here... I'm actually going to drop this database because I don't use it anymore. Yoink! Dropped. And this one we're going to drop. Okay, and I'm going to drop this roll, this roll. You can only do one at a time. And no, I need that one. That one's important. And then G framework. I'm going to drop it and remake it because I'm not sure what the password is for it, if it even has one. So kindness, this is what I'm typically doing when I'm not playing video games. What in the fuck was that? I have the weirdest cats in the world, I swear to God. Anyway. Yeah. So I'm originally from Philly, so yes, but I don't really follow football, so not really. I don't care. Like, dude, I'm a geek. Like, look at my face. Okay? I am a geek. Alright? I write code. I don't, like, I know football. I know about football. I know how to play football. My son's in football. I don't anymore. Like, that's the point. Geek. I don't follow sports, man. I follow IT trends. Oh, you poor bastard. 18 fucking cats. Dude, I've got 7, I think. Kitty, Sadie, Munchkin, Trouble, Julia, Gizmo. I've got 6. And that's more than enough for me. No, like, I'm a textbook geek, man. Also, I shoot my cats with this. Because it's funny. This is how I get them off of counters, off of the kitchen table. Stop chewing on wires. It's a Nerf gun, dude. It's not gonna hurt them. It's not even a high-powered Nerf gun. It's a cheesy little piece of shit. It just scares them. Sweet. I told you you'd do better in your trigger if you just did it yourself. Letting me touch your trigger is how you fail everything. I'm not good at maths. And like, it's terrible because I want to be, right? Because math is incredibly useful, especially for what I do. Right? Like, but no, my brain just won't absorb it. You see, but it doesn't translate that way, right? It doesn't. You would think that it does. Like, I can look up formulas for how to accomplish goals, right? But when code is executing, it doesn't work that way. There's a little bit of work that goes into finagling things the right way around. Constantly just rerunning a function every frame of a game, you know, to get an output will work, but then you're rerunning a mathematical equation every frame of the game that's 60 times a second. It has that has a huge hit. Remind me which one's worse, first degree or third degree? I can't remember. Nancy's not here. She's at work. First degree is just irritation. A third degree burn is nasty. No, your friend should go to the hospital. Do I know what scratch is? The only scratch I know is like what a DJ does with records on a turntable. So probably not what you're talking about. Oh, okay. That's cool. Game Maker actually has something similar to that. It is a visual code editor, so you don't actually have to write code. You could just drag, you know, basically pre-built function blocklets and tie them together. It's very cool the way it works. I don't use it, but yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with using it. I've just been programming a long time, and for me, a visual tool like that would actually slow me down. Yeah. I know what class DBI is. I'm just trying to remember how many arguments the connector takes. So here's a neat thing. A lot of people don't know, and when I say a lot of people, I mean I just learned it. Okay. When you set up your a game to be released on Steam, okay, you have to set that up with Steam with Valve, and it costs you $100, but it doesn't. Okay, that $100 allocates you a Steam storefront page that you can then set up and put your art in, text, anything you want, right? And you can't actually put your game up for 30 days until after your store page launches. Okay, that's to give you time to generate some buzz about your game and stuff, and to make sure you're actually serious about doing this. Anyway, the $100 isn't a cost. If your game makes $1,000 in sales, Valve will give you back the $100. It's a bet. It's a bet that your game will succeed. Ain't that some shit? I didn't know that. I just learned that a couple of days ago watching one of Thor's shorts. I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Valve's getting their money, right? Because when you sell a game over Steam, they take 15% of whatever your game costs and they keep it for themselves. So if you charge $20 for your game, they're going to take 15% of that $20. That's theirs, you get the rest. So them giving you back $100 over 1,000 sales or over $1,000 worth of sales, it's fine. They're not going to miss it. But it's a bet. I didn't know that. I thought that's very fucking cool. Alright, Class DBI connector is the driver, username, password, and then arguments. Okay, so we're gonna use the username. Um, you under you underscore framework, and we're not going to use a password. Okay. My database connector has no password. Now, how does that work? No, no. You get way more than that. So, after I just said I'm bad at maths, right? So let's open the calculator real quick. Okay. You get $1,000 in sales. Okay. And we're going to subtract 15% of that. Where's my percent button? Seriously? What the actual fuck? I'm blind, guys, so bear with me here. Alright, we'll try this way. 1,000 minus 15%. They would take $150. They give you $100 back. So when you make $1,000, Valve has made 50. But if you generate $1,000 worth of sales, you're not going to stop there. Yeah, if your game has generated enough buzz to produce $1,000 worth of sales, remember the average indie game on Steam sells for between $10 and $20. So if you make $1,000, you've already sold quite a large number of copies of your game, and there's no reason for it to stop at $1,000. It will just continue to grow at that point. You know, because we have things like YouTube where people are going, and Twitch where you're going to stream that game. They're going to make recordings of the game because content creators like me are desperate to find something new and interesting to entice audiences with. So, yeah, it's going to get blown up. If you've generated $1,000 worth of sales, odds are one or two of the people that have bought your game are going to do your marketing for you. And I don't care what anybody says. Word of mouth marketing is still absolutely the best way to market, and it has to be because it's the only one you can control. Alright, so going back to this. When you set up a Perl module to connect to a database, well, this particular one, which is Class DBI, you give it a driver, you give it the username and the password for the database for that particular user. Mine, if I go into this, I don't have a password. That's an empty string. Then, do you have waves? Or waves too? Because they're free. There is a large number of free games on Steam. Now, albeit most of them aren't very good, but Waves is absolutely the exception to that rule. Waves is very good. It's an awesome game. Both of them. I think I found a bug in the tutorial for Waves 2 where it doesn't progress properly. But from what I understand, the developer of the game died. So they're very good games, though. I enjoy playing them a lot. They're very fast paced. Definitely do the tutorial, though. It's very cool. Oh God, Oily just joined in the conversation about cats. I'm I'm so sorry that you have that many cats. I am very sorry. I mean, like, are you running a rescue? Like, is that your thing? Because it looks like that's your thing. I mean, I don't judge. You do you, homie. If that's how you want to live, then cool. I wouldn't be able to stand the smell. Waves. It's called Waves. Here, I'll show you. Steam Waves and Waves 2 Notorious. These are both free. In fact, let me just go to the store, right? Whoop, that's not what I wanted. Store page, copy the URL. Let me just paste that URL right in here. There you go. Oops, that's loud. There you go. That's Waves for you, the first one. So, alright. Let me go grab a cup of coffee, and then we'll get into the most interesting security pragma that nobody practices, except for me. So, be right back. That's cool, man. It's a good game. So, let's get into this. Why no password? Because this is something that very few people actually consider. Okay, and I don't do this just with databases. I actually do it with my Linux login users too. Well, not login, and that's the important part. So when I first connected to this computer, this virtual machine, I had to put in my username and my password, and that's pretty normal unless you use like RSA keys or something, which I could do, but I don't do in development environments. I would absolutely use RSA keys for prod or production. So when you have long-running daemons like Apache, my web server, Postgres, my database server, typically they will run as their own user in production. Okay, they have their own special Linux user account attached to them, and the daemon runs with that user's permission level. That's pretty normal. The problem is when those users have a password, it actually creates a vector of attack. So every SSH client, a la this one, right, can log into any Linux machine that has SSH open, right, and there's a route through the network to get to the SSH daemon, okay, via port forwarding or VPN or whatever the case may be. So like for web servers especially, because web servers are directly facing the internet in almost all cases, and your SSH port will be open, which is port 22. So let's say I run my web server with Apache, like the username is Apache, we'll say. Okay, if Apache has a password, it creates a vector of attack because every time you connect to a machine via an SSH client, you have to put in the username and then the password. If that user doesn't have a password, it gets mad. Every SSH client in the world requires that you enter a password. And if you do not enter a password, it just keeps shitting errors back at you. So by not giving a user a password, you have 100% prevented it from ever being remotely logged into. Now, this isn't 100% true. There are other more interesting ways you can attack that situation, but it's a good first step. One of the other things you should do is set the default shell for that particular user to bin no login, which will also prevent it from being logged into, with or without a password. But I like to set it to no password just because it's very fucking funny. And this also works with postures. So with postures database, most database clients will require that you submit a password with the username. Now, not in all cases. A la the client that I use, pgadmin 4, is well aware of what trust is because this tool is specifically written by the people that made postures. So they know that you don't always have to have a password because they know what a trust connection is. The thing is, you can specify in your PG conf exactly where logins are allowed to come from. And even if you supply a correct username and password to log into the database, if you do not come from a selected IP range that is allowed, you won't get access anyway. And there is no way around that. Not without doing some really Mickey Mouse horse shit, where you have to find another vector of attack to the network to be able to get on the network to then be able to log into the database. It creates a gigantic hacker debacle. Not saying impossible, because nothing's impossible, but again, good first steps. Cool. I've topped out at around 3 million or so, and then it gets fucking crazy to the point I can't deal with it anymore. Also, the game supports dual stick analog controllers like this one, so if you have one of these, definitely use it, because the triggers have functions where the right trigger will slow down time so long as there's energy in your buffer, and the left trigger will release a shockwave so long as you have a shockwave. Yeah, it's very cool. Okay. I do both. I use the keyboard and I use my gamepad for a lot of... it depends on the game I'm playing. If I'm playing a game like Borderlands, okay, aiming is important. I tend to want to snipe. I use my mouse and keyboard. Okay, if I'm playing a game like you're playing, like Waves, I'm going to play with my controller. If I'm playing, what is it? Champions of Breakfast. This is another arcade shooter, and very, very similar to what you're currently playing. I'll play with my controller because it's just easier. But when I'm playing Skyrim, actually Skyrim I play with the controller as well. Because of the way magic works and stuff and the way attacks work, it's easier. And then, what else? Like when I'm playing Once Human, that has full controller support. I play with my mouse and keyboard. When I played World of Warcraft, mouse and keyboard. Although I don't know that World of Warcraft actually supports a gamepad. It probably does. I don't know that you can map all those controls to a gamepad. Maybe. So, alright, it's U framework is the name of my user. So we're going to go back to pgadmin. I'm going to create a login role. We're going to call it U_framework. No password. Can log in, true. Not super user, not create roles, not create databases. That looks good, and we'll save it. Okay. A shooter? shooters just aren't really my thing. Like first-person shooters, you mean? Yeah, I'm not the best source of information for that, man. I don't know. First-person shooters aren't my thing, really. I play Borderlands because I like the story and how silly it is. But like, I don't really have any FPSs for the most part. What do I have here? Oh, I have Left 4 Dead 2. That's old as shit. I mean, it's fun, but it's alright. And it's not free anyway. And as you can see, everything else here is Borderlands. That's literally all I've got for first-person shooters. What, Left 4 Dead? Yeah, Tundra. I think I've played a little bit of kickball at some point in my life. I mean, I did, go to elementary school. I had recess. I mean, probably not anymore. It's been 30 fucking years since I've played the game. You expect me to fucking stomp a ball and then run? Get out of here. I got time for that shit. I don't run anywhere. I get in my truck and run over shit. Oh, also with Pro modules, note that there's a 1 and a semicolon as the very last thing. That's actually really important. If that's not there, the Pro module won't load. It's very funny. Tundra, don't push my fucking patience tonight, okay, dude? You do this every night. It's like you want me to get fucking aggravated. Alright, lib, not DBI, users.pm. Now we'll start with package. Oh my god. Package, KWN users. This is use space KWN DBI. So we'll just use the connector class I just wrote. And we'll say package constant table. And we'll define the table as just users. That's pretty good. Pretty standard shit. Jesus. Package columns all quote word reference. We're gonna you pass columns as a hash ref, or not a hash ref. I'm sorry, an array ref. No. I'm sorry. It's a hash ref of array values. It's a little weird. It's really not, Tundra. Alright, so always an ID column first. Always. It's important for tracking. Then we'll do username, email, password. And that's really all you need to set up a basic user object. Now if we go back into that's there. So yeah, username, password, email, compass. Okay, and then yeah, all of that data will be set here in insert, and the ID will be automatically figured out by the database because we're going to tell it to do that right now. So I'm going to go to PG admin, and first let's set up a database for this to actually connect to. So we're going to create a database in the likeness of the DBI class. Alright, I said I'm going to call it KWN. No, dude, I'm not a GTA fan. Not at all. There's nothing about that game franchise that I enjoy. Alright, we're going to go with UTF-8 encode. No, not. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then when we set parameters, advanced, SQL, privileges. I need to edit privileges. Add row. We're going to set U framework with really? Oh, this is the database, not the table. Okay, so we're actually gonna delete that. Okay, we'll save. Okay. Oh shit. Phone. Yeah, man, I know. A lot of people really like Grand Theft Auto. The last Grand Theft Auto I liked was Grand Theft Auto 2, which looked like a Super Nintendo game. It was a top-down, drive the cars around. It was very silly, very cartoony. You could walk around hitting the button and burping and farting and making people go, ew! And it was very fucking funny. When Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, I did not like it at all. I found it just... I play a game and I get very into the story. That's my drive in most games, is to play the storyline. And I can't connect to the storyline. It just I'm not that person. It doesn't resonate with me and I don't enjoy it. What? Not every game is for every person, man. You know? Where's my... Oh, it's in schemas. Right. In the public schema? Yeah, public schema. Tables? Perfect. I'm pretty sure that's it. Is waves. I'm pretty much sure every other game in my Steam library I have paid for. Maybe not. Yeah, that was like $60. Planet Explorers I think is free now, but this is broken and it doesn't work quite right. It's got serious gaping holes in it. Yeah, homie, I've bought every other game I have. I'm not playing Waves. I'm working on stuff tonight. Alright, okay, back to my shell. And we'll go back into the table connector, which is users. Okay, and I literally just called the table users, so that's easy enough. Right click, create table. We name it users. The owner should be the database owner. Public schema is fine. Columns. We're gonna add column. First one is always ID. Data type should always be serial, not big serial. Jesus Christ. Serial. This is not null, and this is a primary key. And then we're going to add a new. This is username. This is full text. Or should I do varchar? Probably varchar. Character varying, it's called here. In most other databases, it's called varchar, but it's character varying is what it means. Yeah, no, I'm not monetized, man. Why the fuck would I do text, Tundra? Give me one good argument, and I will consider it if you can make a good argument. If you know anything about databases. Because there is an argument to be made for text. Yeah, no, man, I'm on Twitch and I'm on YouTube here, and I'm not monetized on either. I'm trying very hard to get monetized on Twitch because it's easier. But that's going to be a little bit harder tonight because I have literally nobody in my Twitch chat except for my wife. Take it easy, bud. Yeah, no, that's not the argument to make for it, Tundra. And that's now set in stone. Simply put, text fields hold a lot more data in the same byte space. Character varying is a little bit bigger. That's it, per byte. Like, so for every character varying uses, I believe 4 bytes of storage. Where in full text, every character only uses 2 bytes. But actually, I don't even think that applies to me because I'm using UTF-8 for encoding. I'm not 100% sure on that, but the problem with that is that full text doesn't optimize very well, and on database searches, text tends to run like shit, and I will absolutely be doing searches on the username field repeatedly for various other portions of the project that I'm working on. Take it easy, Oily. So, for my particular case, character varying is absolutely the one I need to use because it will index better. Speaking of indexes. Alright, this is actually done. Where the hell is my shell? Right here. Now, if this was like a MySQL database, I would probably use the text field because MySQL is a piece of trash, and it doesn't really matter if you use text or or varchar because they all index like shit because MySQL is a garbage database. All right, that's users. I don't want to do extended profile data yet. Yet? Do I? Yeah, I do. I do want to do extended profile data, but not for um not for identifiable information, just like handles and shit, and maybe ties to other things. So let's Tundra was the whole point I started streaming to begin with. Not here on YouTube, because remember I streamed on Twitch exclusively for about 2 months before I came to YouTube. And this was my plan, was to build a community of people that want to learn how to develop, how to create cool shit. Because there are a lot of resources out there on YouTube and online tutorials and text-based tutorials that will so-called teach you how to do things, but they don't. It's just another tutorial, and you get stuck in tutorial hell where the only thing you know how to do is what tutorials teach you. I wanted to have a more interactive kind of thing so that somebody can come in and be like, hey, I'm working on this interesting problem. How do you think what do you think the best way to address that is? And actually actively go over code, like in a GitHub. Like, you would put your code in a GitHub repository and commit it there, and then I could go view it on stream, look at it, and be like, hey, no, well, this isn't optimized. This doesn't look like it's the best route you could be taking, or this looks like it's shitting on itself. That kind of stuff. I thought it would just be a really neat idea to do online peer review of code and to do so constructively. And it just hasn't really taken off. Not O'Reilly fucking Auto Parts, Sports Geek. O'Reilly's. O'Reilly's manuals are like the staple of the IT community. Everybody that works in IT has a bookshelf that has like 5 or 6 O'Reilly's books on it. Wow, I am fucking hot. Jesus Christ, it's hot in here. So my downstairs has kind of an open floor plan, and it's impossible to get it cool with just regular window mounted air conditioners. And it tends to get miserable down here in the summertime. I'm working on a website. Well, I'm specifically working on a Perl-based API to power a website. So get user by ID, no prototyping, myself equals shift, my ID equals yeah, we're gonna shift it out the stack. Okay. shoot video of that, Sports Geek. That would be a very funny YouTube video. Alright, so we're going to say if not ID, then we're going to say self add log debug missing param. I really don't like this. I want to use everything in a uniform way, so we're going to say my params equal add underscore. Then we'll say ID as a hash ref. Missing param. Call to get user by ID. Missing param ID. And then return undef, because we don't want to return anything from the function. Alright, well, chat just evolved. Alright, now, if I'm here in the function, I have an ID param, so I'll just say my user equals KWN users get, or, retrieve ID params ID as it's sent to the function. And then I say if not defined user, then class DBI didn't actually find a record matching it. So I could say self add error, or add log, my bad. Error. What is it? It's not found. Call to get user by ID. ID not found. And then again, return undef. And then if we're here, we do have an object, so we'll just return that object. Okay. Now I'm going to add not found to my list of constants. Alright, cool. Sub get user by username. Now this is going to work a little bit differently because we don't retrieve on usernames. Actually, I can with class DBI. We'll just do that. My self equals shift. And this is those auto indexes I was talking about before and why we use varchar. So my params equals add underscore, and then if not params username self add error debug param call to get user by username user missing param username and return undef. A lot of this is really repetitive code. This is functionally the same function I just wrote. I'm just looking for a different thing. So then again we say my user equals KWN users, retrieve username, params, username, if not defined, user, self, add log, not add error. Debug, no error. Not found, call to get user by username, username not found. And again, we return undef, which is the Perl constant for undefined. And then we just return the user, because at this point we do have that user. Honestly, because Fernando said something last night to me that kind of resonated with me a little bit. He was looking at one of my old, I don't know how the fuck he found it, but a very old website that I had made. Well, he found a link to an old website. That website's gone. But there was a reference to forums. And he was like, dude, I miss forums. And I was like, dude, I really miss forums too. So I thought to myself, maybe I'll try my hand at writing a quick piece of community forum software. I think it'll be fun. It'll be a fun project to do on stream. So, alright, let's see your cats. Since I find Discord. Hairless cats are so weird. They're just the weirdest looking things in the world, I swear to God. Their skin's so wrinkly, it's so funny looking. Tundra, don't be rude. They're just hairless cats. They're weird looking, but they're cats. Same as any other cat, they just don't have any fur. Alright. And then one more time for email. So get user by email. Again, no prototyping. So my self equals shift. My params equals add underscore. If not, params email self add log debug missing param call to get user by email missing param email and return on death. Hey Benji, I didn't even know you were here, man. becomes email. If not defined, not found. Oh wait, no. Get user by email. Email not found. And then return on death. And return the user. Okay, that's literally returning. That's three functions that search the only three fields that are attached to a username, with the exception of passwords, because searching by passwords is fucking stupid. Tundra? I'm sure he takes his cats to the vet and has them inspected, semi-regularly. Yeah, that would be my advice. Since, vets went to school for this stuff and are, trained to recognize a serious problem when they... Yep, okay, and now I'm done. That was it, Tundra. I tried, and 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 I have reasoned with you, and I've asked you, and I've asked you repeatedly, and every night you come into my chat, and you troll, and you act like an asshole, you cause upset, and you piss everybody off, and now you're banned. I have given you entirely too much leeway, and way more than I would have given anyone else. You're done. Go haunt someone else's life. I don't even want to see you. extended profiles. I know. I know what a fatty tumor looks like, man. Like, I was a vet tech for a while. And that might not even be a fatty tumor. It just might be, like you said, a deposit. Like, it's something non-harmful. It's just there and it looks weird. Doesn't hurt him. It's fine. Just weird. And I don't feel bad either. I have repeatedly asked him to not do that. And I don't know if it's generation or if it's what the fuck it is, but he continually trolls and trolls and trolls, and he thinks it's fucking funny to aggravate people. I'm 41 fucking years old. I don't have time for games. Like, seriously, if I want to deal with immature bullshit, I have 3 of my own children. This is very bright and I don't like it. Go away. Alright, so sub. We're not going to call this add profile. We're going to call this create profile, right? Because no, it's fine, dude. You're fine. I've actually been waiting for that since yesterday. But I had some other shit going on in chat yesterday that fucked me up and fucking aggravated me, so I had to deal with that instead. Like, it's getting to the point that I don't even want to stream on YouTube anymore. I'll just fucking remove the RTMP plugin from OBS and go back to streaming on Twitch only. At least there, I'll be listed in an appropriate category, and people can find my stream based on things they're interested in. The bulk of people that come to my stream here on YouTube come because they saw a video of me mouthing off at an 8-year-old girl for violating the EULA. And, yeah, that's because I'm having issues with YouTube. See? It doesn't like my bitrate. They want me to stream at 6,800 kilobits per second. That's 3 times what I'm streaming at. And if I stream that high, all of my video goes to shit. Like, all my movie clips, my spinning gears and stuff, all of it just goes to absolute shit. So, I stream at 1280 kbs, and it seems to work just fine. And I mean, if you look at the stream health, like, everything's fine. It just keeps throwing warnings about my bitrate being too low. But Twitch doesn't complain about my bitrate. Twitch thinks it's fine. So, eat my entire ass. I don't care. But that's probably why it's laggy, because I'm not throwing. I'm not. I don't have the bitrate that YouTube wants. Okay. So when we create a profile, we're going to create the profile based off of the username. But I don't know what I want in a profile yet. I want probably links to social media, a website link most likely. Let's explore that. KWN. Okay, then a tie back to the user. So we'll just say user ID. So I can foreign key that and connect. And I'll demonstrate that in a second how foreign keys work. They're really, really handy for database management and making sure the data doesn't get lost. Okay, so ID, user ID. We're going to go with display name. You can't see it, but that's actually underlined, or there's an underscore there. So user ID, display name. Now I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to do this primary ID. And then I can say and with this pragma, when I search for the primary key of the and I pull the profile by its ID or by the user ID in this column or in the second column, I will always get the display name as part of the record. But then I can lazily populate the rest of the object with other information because I'll only ever need that when you're looking at a profile page or a tooltip. No, I did not shut off the YT stream. I guess I could. There's nobody there.